Good morning, everyone. I'm Christine DeGennaro, host of the Coffee with Christine and Goose show. Today, we're doing our podcast episode just a little differently because I have tried recording this video and this podcast about 4 times now, and we're struggling to get through it. So I'm just going to wham bam it, and we're just going to roll on with our day. So today, we are talking about adversity and overcoming adversity. So today is March the 23rd, 2023, episode number 26, Overcoming Adversity. And so what we're going to do, normally I pull a card. I've pulled the same card 4 different times. So it's going to be 10 of Wands, which is completion and release and following your passion. And so you are getting ready to complete whatever it is your heart is chasing. Okay. So as we move forward today, I want you guys to think about this, and I would love for you guys to give me any insight that you have. But yesterday, when I was driving home from my new job, I was trying to mentally prepare myself for this episode. Obviously, it didn't go well because I'm still not all here. But the word trauma popped up, and I remember thinking yesterday, I was like, I don't like that word. I don't like the word trauma when it comes to mental health. I don't. Now, I might probably get some backlash on that because I don't feel like trauma when it comes to mental health is an empowering word. I don't think so at all. I think that it allows us to stay in victimhood. I think it allows us to continue to wallow in an event that we can work through and let go. Sorry, the babies are acting silly. If it were up to me, and it's going to be in my own language, I would exchange the word trauma for adversity or challenge. Now, neurolinguistic programming tells us that the way we speak to ourselves is so absolutely important. And our self-talk is what is such a crucial makeup of how we interact with other people, our relationships with other people, and how we view ourselves. So if you are speaking to yourself from a mindset of a victim, you are holding yourself in a place of disempowerment. You had no control over certain situations, and I won't take away anyone's experiences. Your experience is so unique to you, and it's a part of your journey. But when we continue to identify it as trauma, which is a catastrophic event, and we continue to use that terminology and associate it with something that we have absolutely no control over, it disempowers us. Now, here's the thing. Trauma is acute, meaning it's a specific event that set things in motion. We have no ability to go back and change that event at all. We can't. We can change the way we think about the event, though. And that's where the magic of neurolinguistic programming comes in, is our ability to tweak things to make them feel better, to be able to allow us to move forward. NLP is always about moving forward, because the more we dwell on past events and try to give them significance or give them meaning, or, we end up tying our whole life around this one event. And you see that a lot in support groups. You see that a lot in going to therapy. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially when the trauma is fresh, when it's new, when you're trying to understand what happened and process it. You need to go through that. You need to be able to work through a lot of what's been going on and what happened. But when it continues to be your excuse for not moving forward any further is where we go wrong. And that's when I don't like the word trauma in relation to mental health. So when we have been a well-established time period away from the event itself and we're still using the word trauma around it, I want you guys to try something. I want you to take a piece of paper, write up at the top trauma, and underline it. On one side, you're going to just tally up throughout the day how many times you use it. So write me in one column and write others in another column, and just tally how often you hear the word trauma come up throughout the day, especially in relation to your mental health. So just by calling attention to it like that will allow you to understand how frequently we use it and how it's not always the right word for the situation. So when you continue to use the word trauma, or if you catch yourself, there we go. If you catch yourself, this is where I was having problems all day. If you catch yourself using the word trauma, I want you to try switching to either adversity or challenge. So I am working to overcome adversity. I am working to overcome my trauma. Which one feels better? I am working to overcome my challenges. I am working to empower myself. I am working on healing myself. Those come from a place of strength. Whereas I'm working through my trauma, meaning you still are in a victimhood mentality. All right. This is all being said with love. This is all being said with compassion, because as I said, some of you all have gone through an inordinate amount of pain. And I would never, ever, ever discredit any of that. But I want to challenge you to just change the way you think about the word trauma just for today and see how it feels. I would love to see how it works for you guys. I would love to see if you had any insights. I would love to get your feedback on it. I know we have a lot of social workers. We have a lot of counselors who follow this page. And I think that it's important for us to understand that there are different ways to approach it. There are different ways to allow healing. What works for me doesn't always work for everyone else, and that's okay. But someone might be able to find this useful, just switching that one word, trauma for adversity, trauma for challenge. So either one of those would work. If you guys have different words that you would prefer to use, let me know. Drop it in the comments, because I think that for us to be able to grow and empower each other, you guys can contribute and help build the content that way too. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I got to go take a shower and get ready to get out of the house. But I've been struggling with this podcast this morning. So this is what you're getting. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful day. Go and live with passion. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about overcoming challenges, something like that. Something having to do with challenges. I'll keep you all updated. Go have a wonderful day. Go and live with passion. This podcast has finally been goose approved. Love you all. Have a good one. Bye.